through your microphone on your computer, or you can use headphones if you'd like. And then you're going to be able to go ahead and insert your audio into your slide. So you can do that. So to start us off, it's saying comes, which is the ES ending, which means it's a tu form. So I'm asking the question, you need to respond in a yo. So it's going to be yo. Oops, don't need dictionaries. It's going to be yo, and then como. Okay, make sure you're changing that ending. This verb comes from comer, which is an ER verb. So make sure that you are changing that ending to fit it. Okay, so yo como, and then you just need to put what you like on there. So yo como, de veras, really? Nada. Yo como café. And that's not really eating. So doesn't really count. Do not do my model of that because that's not accurate. If I was going to say something healthy, I would say yo como fruta y huevos con carne cada mañana para el desayuno. Okay, something like that. So you can take inspiration from the pictures or go ahead and just look it up even. You can use a translator, figure out what it is that you actually do eat. Okay. But make sure it's in a complete sentence and you enter that in here. Okay, so it says next we need to look at the telehistoria. So let's go ahead and go over to our book. So we want to go to our Avancemos dashboard. Go ahead and go to your student edition textbook. And we are estamos en la página 153. Okay, if you need to watch the entire telehistoria, there are 3 scenes total. So you want to click on the video, DVD, right here, and you can go ahead and watch all of them together. Okay, so there's 2 review ones, and then there's this last one where they're at the ice cream shop con los helados. Okay, you can also read right here if you want to see some more of that. Let's take a look at las actividades. So we have las actividades here. Completa las siguientes oraciones según los episodios. Okay, so we can listen. Let's take a look. So go ahead and listen to that yourself in your book and then complete your answers in the box to the side. Go ahead. Okay, you got it? Great. Let's take a look at número 18. Comprensión de los episodios. Escribe un artículo sobre Marisol o Rodrigo. Organiza la información usando este mapa. Okay, so they give you a map here with question words, and you just want to organize information based on the person. Okay, so you can either write on your screen. If you have a touch screen, you can write on a piece of paper. You could create bubbles and create that in a slides. But either way, you're going to take this and insert it into your slides with your work. So whichever way you want to do it, you can create bubbles and type it in. You can do it on a piece of paper and upload the picture in there, or you can write on the screen as well. It's totally up to you how you want to do it to get that done, but it should look something like this. Choose Marisol or Rodrigo and then answer the questions here. Notice they're not in complete sentences. It's more about getting general ideas. Okay, go ahead and do that. Ready? Okay, let's look at number 19. ¿Qué hacen en la cafetería? Think and practice in advance. Write down words or phrases you want to say. So if you're learning Spanish or any language, that's a good thing to start with, especially if there's words you don't know. It's going to take you a lot longer to go back and look up words than if you have those new words or challenging words right in front of you. So you can just look at it ahead of time and look at it as you're working. You'll work a lot faster and you won't be losing your place every single time. Okay? So, trabaja en un grupo de 3. Habla con los otros estudiantes de lo que haces en la cafetería. Incluye a qué hora vas y qué venden ahí. También explica qué comes y bebes y por qué. Okay. This one you're not going to work in a group, but go ahead and create a dialogue where every one of those people is going to talk at least, so there's 3 people are going to talk at least twice. Okay, so you should have a total of 6 parts on that. Go ahead and type that to the side. Okay, so let's take a look what we need to do still. We need to go to activity 21. So we've gotten 17 through 19 done. Let's take a look up here. Integración, integrations. This is using a couple of different things all together. Lee el anuncio del supermercado grande. Después escucha el anuncio de radio del supermercado Econo. ¿Qué comidas te gustan a ti y en cuál supermercado las venden? Okay, so you have both of these to listen to, so let's take a look.
Fuente 2. Anuncio de radio. Listen and take notes. ¿Qué comidas venden en el supermercado Econo? ¿Qué venden en la cafetería?
¿Tienes hambre? En Supermercado Econo vendemos todo para el desayuno: cereal, huevos y muchas frutas. También hay almuerzo todos los días en la cafetería dentro del supermercado. Vendemos hamburguesas muy ricas, sándwiches de jamón, sopas nutritivas y más.
Okay, so that was the radio for an announcement for the Supermercado Econo versus this one, which is a printed one. Okay, so on the side here, we're going to go ahead and take a minute to answer these two questions. ¿Qué comidas venden en el Supermercado Econo? So there's like lots of different foods they mentioned. Which ones do you remember? And ¿qué venden en la cafetería? So there were foods they sold, and they also talked about the cafeteria. It's very common for them to have, like we have, like a deli, but it's a little bit larger in Latin American supermarkets because it's something where lots of people will go to actually have lunch during the workday. So go ahead and answer those two questions to the side. Got it? Okay, so at the end it says, ¿qué comidas te gustan a ti y en cuál supermercado les venden? So you're going to tell me in a complete sentence what it is that you like for the food that was mentioned and what supermercado was it that it was sold at. So was it sold at the Supermercado Grande in our advertisement, or was it sold at the Supermercado Econo, which we heard on the radio? Go ahead and answer that question. Okay, so here is our last one. This is a writing activity. This is really going to get you ready for our examen that we're going to be taking soon. So it says, escríbele una carta al director de la escuela para describir qué te gusta y no te gusta en la cafetería y por qué. Hazle las preguntas que tienes. Okay, take a look at the English if you need to. It gives us a model. It says, Señor Hogan, ¿cómo está usted? Me gusta la escuela pero no me gusta mucho la cafetería. No es muy grande y hay muchos estudiantes. ¿Por qué no venden? Okay. You need a translation for that? He's saying, Dear Mr. Hogan, how are you? I like school, but I don't like the cafeteria much. It's really big and there's it's not very big and there are lots of students. Why don't they sell ... Okay, take a look at these criteria. So we're looking for content, communication, and accuracy. So what I want to see is that you have a letter that includes a lot of information. Okay, so it's asking you to write a letter to your principal about why you like or don't like the cafeteria and why. Okay, and you need to ask questions. So not just an opinion, it's also questions. Okay, we also have communication. Most of your letter is organized and easy to follow. So make sure your ideas are logical and in order. If that means you want to write down some things first, go ahead and do that. That's a great pre-writing strategy. And accuracy. Your letter has only a few mistakes in grammar and vocabulary. So keep in mind, we're looking for you to use vocabulary from this chapter and past chapters. So the school vocab we did in chapter 2, it's going to be able to apply here. Okay. Making sure you're using correct grammar. So ER, IR verbs, AR verbs, ser, gustar, all of those things. Okay. And make sure that you're spelling things correctly. So that means you need to double check. Please do that. I'm going to give you time to go ahead to the side and get that done. There you go. Got it? Okay. Let's go back and take a look at our exit task. So on here, you just need to go ahead and complete the first sentences with gustar and the second with compartir or beber. And you need to go ahead and just move those guys around. So drag it over, decide, does it need to be gusta or gustan? Is the noun that comes after it going to be singular or is it going to be plural? So kind of think about that. And then look about the fact that is it compartir, which means to share, or is it beber, which means to drink? So take a look at that as well. Okay, this cuaderno pages, don't worry about that. We're actually going to do numbers 107, I think, and 115, which is in Cami and Google Classroom for you. So don't worry about that. But do please go listen to the escuchar and make sure you're up on date on all of your other at-home tutors so you're ready to go for our test in a couple of days. Nos vemos.